Okay, I think we're back now. Yep.
All right, we're good?
There we go, yep.
All right.
Had a little bit of internet issues there with the internet, but or with the venue, but now we should be good. Now we have Yugo up against Piano Densetsu, who's recently switched back to hitbox. Or has recently switched to hitbox.
Switched to hitbox. So that's been his grind for the past few months, and I think the first GBE he had with hitbox was last month.
I think he went to one of the weeklies.
Okay.
And I think by his admission, he said he didn't do too hot, but it was a great learning experience.
Yeah, so he's been grinding, and I think he's finally at a point where he has a pretty good comfort level on it. So I'm interested to see what he's got in store. And so Piano Densetsu, or I'll just say Piano.
I think he's going to by Densetsu now.
Densetsu.
Yeah, because I was on Smash GG, and I was like, oh, he's going by Densetsu.
What we got on the bracket?
Yep. We got Piano. Wait, no, it's just Densetsu versus Yugo.
All right, Densetsu it is, but so
you know, you can't strip the legend from his piano.
I cannot. Or maybe I can since he switched the cheat box.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I got to downgrade. But yeah, definitely known as one of the strongest Sagat. Started out as a Urian, dabbled in a little Cody, but at the end of the day, he arrived as a Sagat, and he said, "This is my guy. This is the one that's taking me to the top."
All right.
And he's kind of made himself a name overall in the online community. So he's definitely up there with one of Georgia's strongest players.
Yep.
And so Yugo is somebody I don't see much of.
I remember running into this man about a year ago, around season 1, season 2, and he was playing Cammy. I think he was.
Well, it looks like he got a little fancy towards Ed today.
Yeah, man, you know, Ed's tight. But he seemed pretty cool. Pretty cool person trying to just learn the game, get better like everybody else here.
Yep, we definitely got some good people to work with and to get better. So it's going to be a bit struggle, not just because of Densetsu's experience, but because of these two characters and how Yugo's going to have to get around a lot of these normals and fireball courts.
Definitely. Yeah. That's it, just playing that classic Sagat game, just lame him out.
Just loads the V-skill and gets a jump in right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to miss those, not on the cheat box.
Got that extra damage, too, with the V-skill buff.
And I don't think Yugo knows what he wants to do to check that. So, or if Ed has a reasonable check for it. But, yeah, he just kind of can't keep his feet on the ground. And
yeah, you cannot jump in on Sagat, man. That damage just adds up. Even in this game where jumping in definitely seems like the go-to option.
Yeah, so, like, if you want to jump as Sagat, you have to establish enough of a ground game to make him consider it.
Yeah.
And right now, Yugo is just kind of flailing at him from a longer range. And it's not giving him not really any real reason to not to wait DP.
Yeah.
Because even then, he's not really going heavy on the fireballs. He's just kind of letting Yugo hang himself when he sees something up. No, this goes for the car uppercut just because.
Why not?
Just to see if you're awake. And it looks like Yugo's still sleeping. There we go again.
Oh, misses.
There we go. But he didn't capitalize on it. He didn't actually hit his jump in.
No, he didn't.
All right, so
Hit
V-trigger
confirm.
cancel. All right, what's the decision? Okay, good V skill. I think Densetsu was a little far with that V-trigger move anyway.
Definitely.
So it was good on Yugo to capitalize on it, but at the end of the day, he didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
So making the right decisions is only half the battle. You gotta get the health and get the compromising situation.
Most definitely. Denson up one game.
So, you know, just little fireball pokes, some kicks. Nothing too extravagant for Densetsu, really. Yugo is just trying to struggle. He's calmed down noticeably.
I thought Denson isn't afraid to jump on the Ed fireballs or any of the B skills. If he sees it, he's trying.
Definitely. But Densetsu, he's not really dissuaded from any of this.
All right. Accidental DP.
All right, so a little trade there. So Yugo is starting to land some more hits, but he overextends with the EXDP, but no punish.
Denson drops his combo. Oh, gets the guard break. Cannot press buttons there.
Basic frame trap.
All right, just jab, jab.
Yeah, he wants to move or press buttons after any advantage.
Okay.
I guess we switch.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a little change. I'm gonna be joined by a new commentator.
Oh, I didn't even know this was the end. That's my fault. You don't have to bring me in because we still got some action going on. I see that Denson, Hitbox Densetsu, I should say. Hitbox
Hey, he hasn't earned that sponsorship yet.
I mean,
he's working on it.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good over here. He's looking like he's got a stun, and I assume he's got a game at this point, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
So yeah, it's like we saw with Terrence in the tiny field earlier. We have kind of too big of a skill gap here,
right?
And so we just kind of see a kind of a one-sided match. You go kind of change things up, got some hits, but
So that's what's been happening over here.
It just went down once, as far as I know.
No, I'm talking about the game.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about them. They techies. They
the internet is having issues right now.
All right.
We're doing local recording just to kind of.
All right. So you gonna upload the whole VOD?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I still have to be on my P's and Q's in between matches, huh?
Of course.
Oh well, I would like.
You're professional. Both of y'all professionals. That's why I was like, I got this mic for you, man. Lay the magic down. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, let me ask you this: are we live right now?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We are technically live, though. We will be live in the future.
We will be.
So you got to keep in mind. But
so yeah, when you check these VODs, I hope you enjoy the smooth stylings.
Yeah, man, we are.
All right, so next up we got again one of Georgia's stronger players, and I'd argue along with Terrence and Densetsu, you might even say they might round up top 5. They're definitely the stronger presences, and we got that Vip Darius, the tournament running.
You put him in the top 5.
Adam? Neon? Yeah.
You said Darius.
No.
Okay.
I was talking about Neon, Densetsu, and Terrence.
You put this. Well, I guess this one. Yeah. It's kind of like my knee-jerk question, kind of being the devil's advocate, is you would put him in your top 3, but it's kind of hard because he doesn't show up consistently.
that's. I started to say, I was like, but where is he been putting the results in? But I think overall, yeah, he definitely has one of the stronger end of players in Georgia.
Oh, there's no question about that.
And so that Vip is trying to get there himself. Been putting in work with the Cammy, but now he's gonna have to run into somebody I don't think he's ever beaten in brackets. So
probably not. That would be something that we would have to have somewhere in our record books. And it would be such a big accomplishment for him if he could beat somebody like Neon, because I heard he's kind of good. Some people say he might be the best Colleen player in the world.
I
mean, every time I go digging through some YouTube archive, he's the one getting all the highlight reels and everything.
Hey, my man Nemo, he said he goes to Neon Verte stream. That's where he goes to get his Colleen tech. And so, with all that being said, these two are getting started. We're going to see probably a lot of kind of tame poking at the beginning before we got to get these resources up.
Yeah. I mean, you say get them up and it's going to be just like a quick burst from Cammy, but the real star of the show is everybody's favorite V-Trigger 2 from Colleen.
All right, misses that dive kick.
Yeah, more importantly, Spiral Arrow. Like, that's something that's been plaguing Darius for forever. It's just like getting the confirms the Spiral Arrow. And this is the kind of okay, I don't even need to say it.
No, nothing needs to be said, so Neon puts on the appropriate punish.
Yeah, I mean, he's done in 2 ways. If it wasn't from the damage, he would have been catching the follow-up combos. He would have been stunned. And that's the first one in the books for the Vertec.
So pretty standard show from Neon.
Didn't even need the V-Trigger.
Not at all.
Too high, getting backed up for it.
So again, we're going back to the poking matches, but Colleen, they're both loaded with meter now.
That's a pretty big opportunity for him left on the table. Like, I mean, it's not very often you find Neon slipping, so you just can't let those go.
Yeah, you got to take it where you can get them.
And I'm kind of wondering if it was supposed to be like a crouch strong. Like, I don't know the exact frames. That's why we're doing our homework and becoming better Street Fighter players. But oh, here we go again, trying to see if he can fight his way out of a bad situation. Gonna have to take one more. Yeah,
I think this is it. The throw. Yep.
Okay. I was thinking if anything he had a sliver, but Neon knows that we're going to game 2.
So that was
that was a wash.
Yeah, it was a wash.
Like, we are professionals, so we are allowed to say this. Somebody got whooped over there, man. But there's a reason why it is a best out of 2.
Exactly.
Best out of 3, excuse me. First 2-2. Let me get my terminology right.
That's all right. We offline.
That's what we want them to believe. See, what they're going to do is they're going to come up on like Thursday and throw the VOD up there, right? And then they're going to pretend like they just had a really big weekly.
I bet. And so, like, I'm looking at Neon, who's pressed Roundhouse probably a good 10 times, and no real adjustment from that VIP to kind of deal with it.
And it's kind of interesting you say that, because like if you've sat in like the few times he streamed, that's one of the buttons he's targeted from Coley. That's like the big button he's targeted. And if I remember correctly, he just hates the button. Like I want to say the only answer ooh, Neon, calm down, bro. But I want to say the only answer that Datvin really came up with against Roundhouse is like jab punishes. Like it's a really good button. I'm not even going to try to pretend like it's not.
Because we saw him kind of switch to the fierce there, and he got a crouch medium kick into V-trigger. So it looks like Cammy has a better answer for that than Roundhouse. And traditionally, you see Neon pressing stand fierce.
Yeah. Taking a bit of a delay, seeing if there's going to be any cannon strikes coming off the back. Nothing doing just yet as Datvin wants to hold on to his meter. Might need to use it to get away from the stun. No. Might need to use it to get off of his back.
Well, he's got full resources. He got an opportunity to use
Please
them.
don't DP here. Oh. Oh, okay. I mean, he didn't DP.
Yeah, he didn't. Died with full V-trigger, full CA.
I mean, if he wasn't going to DP with something that was an obvious safe jump, he would have had to have taken that guess. Wasn't ready for the empty jump low.
All right.
And wasn't ready to find himself down in the bracket of alternative success.
Well, ready or not, there he goes. So pretty much our first 3 matches are arguably the top 3 players here today.
Oh, that was just the third match?
Yeah.
So you had, whoa. First 3 matches, arguably the top players. Bro, I saw that first match. I ain't letting you say that's one of the top players here.
First match.
The first one I saw.
Okay, never mind, because Tim, yeah. See, I erased that match from my mind. I'm sorry when you watched the VOD, Tim.
You said it, not me.
I was thinking of Terrence match versus Tiny Phil first. But yeah, the first match was Excite Beast versus 48 Tim. Yeah. So we got waiting up for our next match. But while we're here, thanks for checking out the VOD.
Oh, yeah. Thank you in the future. Watching this Gwinnett Brawl action. The January monthly, January 2019.
I think the internet's back up. I'm trying to stream right now, guys.
All right,
well, just give the signal when it's up.
I'm still assuming this is a VOD. And in fact, I will continue to play this like it's a VOD, even if there's internet. Because I'm a professional. I can do what I want.
Ambient versus Joel.
Ooh, okay. So Joel kind of coming back in the Street Fighter after kind of looking away from it a bit to hit up that BB tag.
Let's be real about it. He doesn't like Street Fighter V. He does not like the way the game functions and operates. Like a decent amount of people. I won't say a lot of people. That's unfair to say, but a decent number of people. But he's, 1, come to terms with it, and 2, is coming back in preparation for final rounds. Well, why is he playing in final round? Because he said, quote, I would feel terrible not entering Street Fighter at final round. So.
Well, like you said, he's made some kind of peace with whatever issues he was having.
He just didn't want to press the fierce button. Let's be real. One of those guys is like, man.
All right, guys, I think we're back alive now. The internet seems to have stabilized now.
All right, what did I tell you?
Yes.
What did I tell you? We can be live all we want. This is a VOD, okay? This is a VOD.
I mean, I guess it's going to be a VOD regardless.
Yes, it is. This is a VOD.
Yeah, regardless, it is a VOD. But, I'm trying to give the people, not able to attend Gwinnett Brawl today a chance to view,
Right?
Yeah, because I'm going to upload it tomorrow. I'm on vacation, man. Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? So I got y'all.
You're one of them people.
Yes, I am. I got the action figures, too, and everything, doggy. I tell you when I get it, fam. Yeah, right. Look what that discusses.
I bet you won't stream it, though.
Oh, no, actually, I am going to stream it.
Where are you going to stream it?
Oh, from the crib.
No, I mean on what stream?
Oh, our favorite channel. The Dojo.
You what? Ambient versus Joel. Yes, I had to sit here and take a second just so I can remember who Ambient plays, because he's one of the weekly players that I like to say in the pool with Alex. The third one honestly slips my mind because we don't see him very often at the monthlies, but Ambient, he's I don't want to say a powerhouse, but he's an unsung contender. Like, always has a pretty strong, fairly explosive boxer, Balrog, whatever you like to call him.
Yeah.
And he's got a pretty good target in an Akuma if he can find the hits. But the question is really going to be how often can Joel put him on his back, put the Balrog on the back, and how long he can keep him there.
Well, so far.
No, he just turned the lights out.
Yeah, we can't see that, So that was rated R. All right, here we go. So, yeah, he got a pretty good sneakers on him and got him down to pretty much almost nothing at this point.
I heard talks that they fixed that button. They made it more reasonable. Akuma stand forward, stand mid kick. That's not what that slide said, man. That slide said we in round 2.
So Ambient can't quite find the range he wants to poke with, or maybe not even the pokes he wants. There we go. He found one.
Yeah, starting to piece things together. Air Hado buying Joel a little bit of time before he finds the target combo.
I noticed that he backed off there, knowing even though Akuma didn't actually have the meter. Maybe he may have mistook it.
It could be like that. Just a little bit of the inexperience. Step in. Crouch medium punch, getting his counter hit there. Just waiting for it. What you pressing there, man?
All right, let's activate that V trigger. Go wild. Or we sit here. I mean, we got the life lead. Ain't nothing wrong.
And the only thing that's wrong is allowing an Akuma to take the shots that he wants to.
That's true.
Possibly if you're going to run into a Hado as well, but he got him off a little bit of meter, so it works out for him.
A little premature there, so it looks like Joel's going to go ahead and well, no, apparently he wanted to give him one more guess.
So there's part of me that's like, maybe he thought it would chip, and it clearly didn't do enough. That's probably not the case. The other thing is he might have been just so sure that he was going to run into it, which he didn't. But, he made a boo-boo there, man.
Yeah. I mean, he made the bet, and it didn't work out.
So here we are in game 2 because of that. He finds the back door, though, starting with a crouch light kick, so nothing you can really get from it, but control.
Yeah, that's generally what he's looking for. He's not trying to smother Joel. He's just kind of trying to gradually pick him off. I say that, and then he extends into himself into the corner.
So it was like he almost had him stunned, right? He poked a couple of times, tried to see if Joel was getting flustered. Nothing was there, and he was just gonna try to force a mix up with the jump in. Joel just happened to walk out at the time, and that flipped so much around. Case in point, like Joel's not even intending to walk under jump-ins or anything. But it's just the timing that he's doing it, and Ambient's not really paying attention to him moving. That's gotten him in quite a few bad situations here.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have much of an answer for the demon flips.
Trying to take a reset, getting thrown, broken step in, and another counter hit, crouching mid punch. Data's own, zone breaker's own Joel. Looking pretty good. 3 straight rounds. Trying to take this in a solid, clean 2-0.
He's definitely become much more of a bully with Akuma. Like you see him more of the buttons and less of the grounded fireball poking.
Yeah.
So
Case in point.
Yes. He's accepted this is what the character is good at.
Taking a little bit old school, using a DP. Sadly, he has to use the meter for it, but it's okay. He needs to not play so much 5. Still gets a jab point. Nice V reversal from Ambient. But still, like, he's really eager to run in at Joel. And I say that not because he shouldn't, but because Joel is DP'd off of him like 3 times.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like 3 times. So at some point in time, even though you have the health to work with, he's got to pump the brakes. He's got to do a look for it.
You're right.
Oh, I mean, what's he going to do? DPFADC?
And while there were little rough moments there, Joel pretty much dictated the pace.
Yeah.
And like even when Ambien was, getting some hits and then he wasn't really like boxing Akuma in. You see him trying to coolly and calmly control Joel, but Joel, like you mentioned earlier, he didn't get flustered. He didn't try to flail out. And so at some point his damage kind of stopped, and then he'd go for something like a jump in or extend himself there. Like I think at the last sequence he got the rushing low. He got punished for it. So I guess we're going to wait for our next match.
Yo, am I seeing this again since I have a chat in my face? ... Yo, is the stream down again? Yo, it's this guy. I don't know why you're acting like you're distracting me or anything.
Hold on. We're going to get
We're going to get a...
Knowledge Re-Up and Dr. Eek.
Oh, that's why you're sitting over here. You're actually playing this game. Where are you going, man?
I don't know where Knowledge is, though.
Look, Knowledge Re-Up.
Yep. Derek.
Yo, Derek, you playing? You didn't even know? What? You're playing?
I'm playing?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
I thought that's why you came over here.
Yeah.
Lol. So we got Knowledge Re-Up versus the good Dr. E.
I figured as much, but yeah, surprise. You've actually got to play Street Fighter on Street. Huh? You really shouldn't have. You didn't know you'd be streaming tonight, huh? No, none of that Fallout, no Resident Evil. You're playing Street Fighter. Dr. Eek, very much on his streaming grind, if you will. Eek streams, being a variety streamer. Like I was saying, been recently going through the wastelands of Fallout, playing some classic games as well. He's delving into the Donkey Kong Country series. It's been it's pretty entertaining.
I bet.
But right now, he's got to see if he can entertain us with some fisticuffs and some Street Fighter. Now, unless something has happened in like the past week or so, he still should be playing the President of the Earth. And it's going to be a question of if he's able to keep an angry Cammy out. That's who's over there on the other side. Knowledge and woe is me. Why do they keep doing stuff to my character?
Oh, man. So it's going to be interesting since G has some interesting tools like such as V-Skill.
Right.
Kind of like check Cammy's dive kick no matter what angle she's coming at.
Uh-huh.
So that's not something a lot of characters have access to. So it'll be interesting to see how well Eek knows that. Or even how well Knowledge Re-Up knows it. But if Eek knows it, Knowledge will know it soon enough.
Exactly.
Round one. Fight.
And he opting with V-Trigger 1, which if I remember correctly is the one that gives him the free level 3 once he hits it.
Yep. Free level 3, and then he can fire that V-Skill.
Which, I mean, it's a preference thing, but, I would kind of think that maybe he'd look for V-Trigger 2 so he'd get the armored command throw. Get guaranteed punishes on jump-ins and dive kicks if he's ready. But to each his own.
Yeah, a lot of people like the general pressure that V-Trigger 1 can provide.
Makes sense.
All right, so Knowledge Re-Up, nickel and diamond these punishes. Oh, he missed that combo and is paying dearly for it.
Bro, it seems like every time I look up, I see a Cammy just spiral arrowing into somebody's block. No, there's still a hitbox there, my man.
Yep. So he's a character where you have to consider whether or not you want to anti-air him as well.
Yeah.
Unless you have certain tools.
Told him to talk to the hand and once he taking the first round. I wonder if he can keep the momentum going.
I like the neutral jump there, but unfortunately he picked the wrong button.
Yo, let's talk about that decision real quick. I guess I'm okay with the V-Skill, the spinning back knuckle in the corner, but like missing the confirm afterwards?
Yeah, I think we need to send Dat Vip and Knowledge Re up to the School of Spiral Arrow confirms.
Jeez. Aye. Gonna go ahead and hammer on the 3-frame, get a little bit of space.
Ooh, stands up into the hooligan. A wise man once told me, do you know why they call it hooligan?
Oh.
Because only hooligans use it.
Boo. yeah, that's kind of scary to get over there. And he fouled. Are you serious?
You got
For
it.
one time in the world, he decides to throw a fireball, but we're not done yet. Oh.
Yo, light it up.
No, we ain't like nothing up.
That almost turned tragic.
Yeah.
Went down his move list to find one that would hit in time.
Oh, lo and behold, it's a spiral arrow as well. But the real sad thing about it is Eek decided to throw all his meter for that, which, I mean, I guess it's not the biggest concern in the world. He doesn't need it to, like, defend himself or anything.
Yeah.
But, like, he probably could use it at some point in time. Like there, for example, get a knockdown.
I guess at least, at the very least, they're even. So it's not like there's a big meter disadvantage there.
Right. Getting checks from his jab. Throw as well. And Knowledge bravely jumping into the corner to take the first game away from Dr. Eek. Taking a little bit of a water break over there before he gets back in there. Trying to see if he can cool himself off.
Yeah, Knowledge tightened it up a little bit there at the end and managed to work it out.
That's putting it quite literally because, I am imagining the tale of the night is going to be, yo, there is a super free throw. How do I punish this? That one I can't fault him for too much because he was actually looking for another fireball. Nothing there.
Yeah.
Just a free jump in. Oh yeah, and I guess that's something we haven't pointed out about Knowledge is that he's using V-Trigger 2. Like, he's been on this mission to make V-Trigger 2 work, and there's some things that he likes about it. I forget the thing that he doesn't like now, but he really values the changes where the animation is faster, so he gets pressure and confirms from it. And I mean, I guess if you're going to just spiral arrow like a nutcase on block, you need to take as many of those out of your repertoire as possible, right?
True enough. So he just kind of controlling the pace here.
We say that. I guess who's back to the wall again. Nice. Sniffed out that neutral jump, but getting backed up by a V reversal. And yeah, you see, like, he's looking for him to press a button into it. But he, with enough of a break to finally get a throw, get him in the corner. But too eager to dash. And that's like the second or third time he's been checked for dashing. And that one's a big check.
So I'm seeing that he's using it like for mobility.
And another big thing to point out is just like, there's no anti-airs coming out of that president. Like, he is acknowledging that Knowledge is jumping at him, but he just doesn't have an answer for it. Case in point. So he's having to take pressure time and time again. Got gunned down for trying to move, and that puts Knowledge one round away from moving on.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame since V-Skill, I feel, is a pretty easy access anti-air for him.
Yeah. 2 buttons. Don't need a motion. Solid confirm. Staggers. Yo, AA full. And I mean, that's one of the harder ones. You need a cross-cut for that, but AA full. I do have to say that of all of the new age technology that's come out over the years, I'm down with cross-cut. I don't care what anybody says. Some of the other terms, they're trash. Cross-cut, yeah, it can stay. It's cool.
Fair enough.
Again, and he's lucky that Knowledge wasn't ready to confirm that one, but just the timing on the dashes, he's got to be so careful. What? 1 pixel, anti-jump low, Dr. Eek.
That power of the V-Trigger 1, if you get yourself a clean hit, you can front load a lot of damage on somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So he ties it up.
He's got it in him. Yo, is this the sign? Man, I can't be losing this guy on stream or on VOD, wherever we're at. Time to pull out the real guns. V-Trigger 1.
We were talking about that earlier, and I saw him like use it for gap closing on knockdowns or during pressure sequences. But then I questioned, like, what did he ultimately get out of it? Outside of, like, I think one combo from closing the gap.
He got to feel good about it. He has a little bit of footage to.
He don't look like he feels good.
Yeah.
He looks like he's thinking that I should have picked V-Trigger 1 in the first place.
I mean, yeah. Well, let's see if Knowledge can blow this game wide open with a new V-Trigger selection, or if Dr. Ink can hold things together and take one away and move on.
I mean, if you're going to mess up your spiral arrow confirms, you might as well have V-Trigger 1, right?
And I'm pretty sure he was looking for a cannon strike. Just didn't have the neutral jump. So, like, a lot of momentum lost and regained.
Taking advantage of that recovery from the V-skill usage. And not getting baited into anti-air. All right, just burning that V-triggers, not trying to put himself out there. Has a nice life lead. And at the end of the day, what really G has to do in that scenario is if he doesn't get a hit, he has to try to get a command grab off or a regular grab, which doesn't really net him much.
Has he even gotten a command throw this whole set?
I don't even think he attempted one.
Just trying to be an honest president out there.
I mean, I guess a lot of people feel like they're dissuaded. I think it's like 12 frame startup or something.
Something to that effect.
It's still a command grab.
I think he was expecting a little more from the short, just a bit of a tech flub, but not the biggest concern just yet. Yes, I am totally down with that because there's been quite a few times that Dr. Eaton tried to jump away from something on his back, so Knowledge was well prepared for it. Still pushing the tempo with the crouch strong, ticking into a crouch strong, ticking into two-piece. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, just go in there and change the V-trigger up. Not that it mattered.
Yeah. I said, he didn't even use it.
No, he didn't. I don't even think he got it, yeah.
It's just the mental threat that at some point in time you got to fight through the killer beat.
I think the biggest adjustment there was more, cleaning up his spiral arrow confirmed for one. Yeah. And two, just being willing to block out a lot of things because he was just kind of getting hit by straight fireballs and stuff like that. And then G was like, you gave G an inch, he took a mile.
Yeah.
But in reality, he actually does not have easy access tools just to open you up at will.
But yeah, enough about G. We're going to get
to the cheat box user.
The cheat box? Yeah, that's what we saying?
That's what we saying.
Cheat box Densetsu?
Cheat boxing Densetsu.
Oh man!
Until he earns the actual sponsorship.
Oh,
are you the T-shirt?
Are you saying cheat or cheap?
Cheat.
Cheat box. Oh man, that's fair enough.
When he gets the T-shirt, I'll call it Hitbox.
All right.
When he gets that sponsorship,
I still say Hitbox is the best peripheral in fighting games, like by a large margin. I still say it's Hitbox, and then a